Have you ever wondered about angels? Not just the cute, winged figures on Christmas cards, but the powerful, celestial beings described in ancient texts. For centuries, theologians and mystics have contemplated the organization of heaven, and one of the most fascinating ideas to emerge is the celestial hierarchy, often called the 9 choirs or ranks of angels. This concept wasn't pulled from a single line in the Bible. Rather, it was carefully pieced together by early Christian thinkers, most notably a mysterious figure from the 5th or 6th century known as Pseudo-Dionysius the Areopagite. His work on the celestial hierarchy gave us a detailed framework that later scholars like St. Thomas Aquinas would refine. So, what is this divine ladder, this cosmic org chart of heaven? Let's journey through the 3 spheres and 9 ranks of angels, from those closest to God to those who interact most with us. The angelic hierarchy is divided into 3 spheres, or triads, each containing 3 choirs of angels. The first sphere is the highest, dwelling in the direct presence of God, their existence consumed by pure adoration and contemplation of the divine. They are beings of pure light and sound, and their primary role is to serve as God as a most intimate. At the very top, the highest rank, are the Seraphim. The name Seraphim means the burning ones, or fiery serpents. They are described in the book of Isaiah as having 6 wings. With 2 they cover their faces, with 2 they cover their feet, and with 2 they fly. They surround God's throne, eternally crying out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." Their existence is a constant, burning fire of love for the Creator. They are so powerful and so close to the divine essence that mortals cannot look upon them. They are the guardians of God's throne and radiate pure love and light throughout creation. Next in line are the cherubim. Don't picture chubby babies with tiny wings. That's a much later artistic invention. The biblical cherubim are far more awe-inspiring and formidable. The prophet Ezekiel describes them as having 4 faces: that of a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagleland. 4 wings covered with eyes. They are the guardians of divine wisdom and knowledge. In the book of Genesis, it was the cherubim, armed with a flaming sword, who were placed to guard the way to the tree of life after Adam and Eve were exiled from Eden. Their name is thought to mean fullness of knowledge, or ones who pray. They contemplate God's divine plan and hold the wisdom of the cosmos. Completing the first sphere are the thrones, or ophanim in Hebrew. These are some of the most bizarre and abstract beings in the hierarchy. Ezekiel describes them as wheels within wheels, covered in eyes, moving alongside the cherubim. They are living symbols of God's justice and authority. They are the actual thrones upon which God's power rests. Their job is to contemplate divine judgment and to carry out God's decisions. Unlike the other angels, they are often depicted not as humanoid figures, but as cosmic fiery wheels, embodying the stability and steadfastness of God's rule over the universe. Together, the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones exist in a state of perpetual praise, serving as the inner council of the divine court. Now let's move down to the second sphere. These angels act as the heavenly governors of creation. They are the bridge between the purely celestial realm of the first sphere and the material world below. They translate God's perfect will into a governable plan for the universe, overseeing stars, planets, and the elements themselves. The highest choir in this middle sphere is the dominions, or lordships. Their name signifies their role. They are the managers of the angelic duties. They receive their orders directly from the seraphim, or cherubim, or even from God, and then delegate tasks to the lower choirs of angels. They are beings of authority who ensure the cosmos runs smoothly according to divine law. They are rarely concerned with individual humans, but focus on the grander scheme of existence. They are said to be channels of mercy, delivering God's loving authority to the created world. Below the dominions are the virtues, or strongholds. When you think of miracles or signs of divine power on earth, you're thinking of the work of the virtues. Their name comes from the Latin word virtus, meaning power or strength. They are the conduits of divine energy, the spirits of motion who govern the laws of nature. A sudden burst of courage, a moment of incredible grace, or a seemingly impossible event could be attributed to the influence of the virtues. They maintain the cosmic order and are particularly associated with the elements and the natural world, ensuring the planets stay in their orbits and the seasons change on schedule. The final choir of the second sphere is the powers, or authorities. These angels are the frontline warriors in the cosmic battle between good and evil. Their primary duty is to guard the pathway to heaven from malevolent forces and to combat evil spirits that seek to disrupt the divine plan. They are the protectors of our souls against temptation and the guardians of the collective human conscience. The powers are responsible for maintaining the balance of power in the cosmos, preventing evil from gaining too much influence. They are the celestial border patrol, ensuring the integrity of the universe. Finally, we arrive at the third sphere, the angels who are most directly involved with humanity. They are the messengers, guides, and guardians who interact with us on a daily basis, carrying out God's will on earth and ministering to human needs. At the top of this sphere are the principalities, or rulers. These angels are the guardians of nations, cities, and large groups of people. They preside over the world's events, influencing leaders and guiding the course of history toward a divine outcome. They work to inspire art, science, and positive change on a global scale. Think of them as the divine diplomats and administrators, overseeing the well-being of entire communities and inspiring them toward justice and peace. Next are the archangels. These are probably the most famous angels, thanks to figures like Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, who are named in religious texts. The arch in their name means chief or principal, indicating they are chief messengers. They are entrusted with delivering God's most important messages to humanity. Gabriel announced the birth of Jesus to Mary. Michael is the great commander of the heavenly army, and Raphael is known as the healer. Archangels are God's special envoys, bridging the gap between the divine and individual human lives in moments of great significance. And last, but by no means least, we have the angels themselves, specifically guardian angels. This is the choir closest to humanity. Each and every person, according to this tradition, is assigned a guardian angel at birth. These angels are our personal protectors, guides, and companions throughout our lives. They are tasked with watching over us, offering comfort, protecting us from spiritual and physical harm, and guiding our thoughts and prayers toward God. They are our most intimate connection to the celestial hierarchy, whispering encouragement and illuminating our path, even when we don't realize it. So, from the fiery seraphim lost in divine love to the dedicated guardian angels watching over each of us, the 9 choirs present a breathtaking vision of a structured, purposeful, and living cosmos. This celestial hierarchy isn't just a dusty theological concept. It's a map of divine love and order, showing how God's grace flows down through ranks of magnificent beings to touch every part of creation, including our very own lives. It's a reminder that we are part of something vast, intricate, and incredibly beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the celestial realms. If you found this fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of history and theology. Let me know in the comments which choir of angels you find most interesting. Until next time, stay curious.